right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mariota gives to Henry. And he's got room. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Tonight, 180. Hey, Keaton.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt, and Lambo will put this one through
And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team.
Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On first down, it's Blue. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. This is Josh Lambeau. He hit from 57 a year ago. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt, and this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. It's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Mariota now from the 50. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
As a general rule, when you take a deep shot downfield, it's usually a timing pattern. Quarterback in the pocket and looking to hit his receiver downfield. But when he has to move outside of it, timing off, he gets thrown off. And on that play, that caused the incompletion.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. They'll try and throw for it here. Throw left side to his tight end, Swain. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Time goal. Mike 20. What we got? Hey, let's go.
Here's Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Fournette, a first down carry. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Foles. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down here inside the 30, and finally marked down at the 23. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. They'll run on first down. Blue. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. A second down run with Lewis. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Gotta like what we're seeing from him so far in this game. This is the 3rd game of the season, and he's already accumulated an AFC Offensive Player of the Week award in this young year.
Yeah, week 2 was his. The announcement came Wednesday that he got that award. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. One.
On second down, Mariota again. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to go back to Corey Davis there, but now it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now Mariota on 4th down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw is Mariota. He gets it to Brown. Complete. A very solid gain of 27. Mariota now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. To the air again. Mariota. Got a man. It's Humphreys. Touchdown, Tennessee. Adam Humphreys. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Mariota uncorks one for Davis. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Corey Davis. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Here's the party now. Bravo!
They go play action. Mariota. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
44, my exit, 44.
Final play of the half here. Mariota. Flush to his right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Hey, Mike 20.
Looking to throw on second down. Foles escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Foles. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. They'll look to throw now on first down. Drops it to Blue, complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
On second down, here's Fournette. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
Tempo.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
1. Let's go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Mariota. They set up the screen for Henry. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
55. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here we go.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. On the crossing route, complete. It's Lee. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the rookie from Iowa, Amani Hooker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Set. 180.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
the interception here. Mariota. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Throwing on second and long. Mariota. Man open left side is Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. Throwing, Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
It's a gain of 34. Here's Foles. Room here to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. Foles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Keelan Cole, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. At their own 23-yard line.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Mariota to throw it. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 67 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
180.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Pick it up.
Hey, sound one.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big...
Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. 180. Under.
You ain't got nothing.
They begin with a run by Fournette. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and inches, Foles. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now Mariota. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Mariota eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing is Mariota. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Motion, motion, motion. Football's the mic.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie from Iowa, Amani Hooker. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight.
Mariota here to throw. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and abundant. Over the middle here to Brown. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. The Titans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 14.
Night, sweetheart.
Look, squeeze.
Now it's the backup Tannehill. I was going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number.